Yeah, man, I told y'all. It's time to wake up from your spiritual slumber. Staying like a Christian. I said I stand like a Christian. Talk like a...
How y'all doing? This is Robert Burnham, aka Preachman R&B, and JP, and we are the church. We're gonna give y'all the results of the Crown Jewel predictions and who won the +1 going into Survivor Series. So I'm gonna let Josh do that, and then we got a little stuff we gotta say to get off our chest.
So, after Crown Jewel, in the predictions that we entered, of course, 3 of us put in our predictions on time. We had set a deadline for this past Thursday, and the 31st of October, Halloween to be precise, and 2 members of the Beyond Calibur predictions team did not get it in on time, although we allowed them to continue with their predictions. That would be Dylan and TJ, the strongman.
The brothers. So,
they got theirs in late, but myself, Preacher Man R&B, and then you got Blue Collar Joe Solid.
And the collector. Our new member of the collector. Well, you've seen him before. He used to be the lawyer. You know that little weasel, the lawyer? But now he's a collector, I guess.
So, we don't know anything about his arrival or anything about what's to happen in the future with him and all that. So, until we see such speculation and all that, we won't say nothing else because he may just be a figment. But with us 3 having ours put in, we were technically competing for this. However, we allowed the other 2 blood brothers to actually be able to compete too. We were being generous. But after all was said and done with Crown Jewel, the predictions winner with the +1 advantage in next month's, or this month's, I guess you should say, Survivor Series, J.P. Lyleson. So, the church gets the advantage coming up to Survivor Series. And one of the huge things I got to say about that, Preacher Man, I don't know about you, I don't know how you're feeling, but I think the church is in a better spot right now to be able to get back the title. Mm-hmm. I'll let you take over. What you feel?
Okay. I just love how God's will it just worked through this situation. The Blood Brothers, they thinking they're untouchable. They thinking they ain't gotta get in their predictions on times. They could pretty much do whatever they want since they had this title. Dylan has just been cocky. TJ has been pretty much only times he showed up is to fight and he got his butt kicked. But yeah, God showed them what's up, and it cost them this time because now, like JP said, he has the +1, and it's one step closer to the Blood Brothers not having that title no more. So we shall see.
I gotta say this, as far as Blue Collar Joe in this instance and all that. I still got mad respect for Blue Collar and all that. Me and him go way back even further than, anybody here at Beyond Caliber and me knowing y'all. Mm-hmm. Me and him go way back many years. I know he's a fighter. He's still, as far as to my knowledge, aligned with the church and all that, and basically being allies with us and all that. However, he's taken a step over more towards himself and trying to not only work on himself, but to be able to try to be
the first ever 3-time champion.
Yep, regain his championship back that he feels that was lost at the wrong time. And, I think that everything was lost fairly at that pay-per-view, I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I know him and he'll bounce back and he'll try as hard as he can to get that back. And whether he gets that back for himself or whether he still aligns himself with the church and likes to be able to come back and, team with us and all that. That's all on his decision. That's all on him and all that. However, one thing I do have to say to the current champion, Dylan. Listen, Dill. I've got a deal for you. You try as hard as you can at the next pay-per-view to get your predictions in on time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you'll lose that belt anyways.
Yeah,
But
as you will be stripped.
moving past that, if you do get your predictions in on time, my deal to you is that you try your hardest, and I promise that it won't be as bad on you whenever I do take that championship from you. Now, TJ, you actually tied with me today on your predictions. We called the same exact card. We were at the head of the pack. We tied by the end of today. However, let this serve as a lesson of what we mean fighting for this title and how seriously we take it. You could have had that +1 advantage if y'all had only not gotten lazy and not been distracted by other things. See, myself, Preacher Man, Blue Collar, we work just as hard as anyone out there. We have busier lives too. But did that stop us from being able to submit on the deadline?
Before the deadline, 4 days before.
So, let this serve as a lesson that when you lack the confidence, lack the ability to be able to submit your predictions, when you slack off, period, it will not go your way. I wish y'all all the best of luck. Because with how strong we're feeling right now, and how the church is starting to step back up from the shadows into the light, I can guarantee you one thing. We will go swinging for the fences on our predictions. We will battle as hard as we can to get that championship back to the church where it belongs. Preacher Man.
I got one thing to say. Dylan, keep your head on a swivel. TJ, keep your head on a swivel. Because I gave y'all a warning last time. If any of y'all was to step out of line again, I will be dealing with it and I will discipline y'all. That's still to come. I might be trying to do better in the Lord's eyes, but I got to make an example of y'all boys. And I plan on doing that. And all God's people said, Amen.